Hi, welcome back. It's time for Dawn vs. the Crocodile. I mean, Vampire to continue. Actually, that's correct, though, too. Alright, Dawn. You're staring down a giant crocodilian in the sewer. You're, like, probably waist deep in water because there was a lot of rainwater in the area, like, heavy rains around where you were. So it's, like, this like, small sewer area. This is, like, probably old city sewers, so this thing is, like, barely fitting in here.
And it's not just water either.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm in my fire gear still.
Yeah.
Last time I had to walk here in my normal shoes. It was terrible.
So, roll some initiative.
Oh, I forgot how to do that. Oh, no.
Dexterity, wits, and celerity.
Let's see here. How much wits would a crocodile have? Okay, let's just roll that.
What is...
Let's pretend that's what it is. Okay. Alright. Well, Dawn, you are first. Just barely.
Mm-hmm. I did it!
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're only first because you have celerity. You both got the same number of successes. But I'm giving you the celerity bonus as a tie.
Okay.
So, like, it like, grabbed into your, like, arm, we'll say it grabbed into your one leg as you were, like, putting it back. So you're, like, your left leg is kind of, like, torn up a little bit, but you're kind of, like, staggering back and kind of turning around to face this massive beast, which is just kind of, like, shoving through this tiny kind of sewer that it seems like it's barely fitting in.
Okay. Getting very tempted to try and make the place collapse on him. But I might die. Probably. It wouldn't surprise me if I got squished, so I'm gonna... Is my leg still, like, in its mouth?
No, it didn't manage to, like, really get a good grab on you, so it kind of, like, grabbed and ripped and tore a little bit, so it was kind of snapping at you. And the thing is, like, with this rushing water, it's, like, really dark and murky water, and it was trying to, like, you know, get its surprise attack, which it did manage to get a surprise, because it does look like it can kind of squeeze itself, like, almost below the water line, and it kind of, like, has that kind of brownish green look to it that kind of blends in a little bit, so, like, and you weren't looking behind you anyway, so...
Yeah. I'm gonna jump on top of it.
Okay.
And try and... I'm gonna jump and try and wrap my arms around it to try and hold on.
Okay,
Ride the alligator!
So, start with giving me
plan.
a dexterity athletics first to, like, leap over, like, to somehow, I'm gonna say this is difficulty 8, because you gotta push out of the water and leap over its head, its snapping jaws.
Figured jumping was working earlier.
Crocodile Dundon.
Okay. Oh god. All right. So Dawn just kind of like you see her kind of like push up onto the one wall if someone was watching this, and kind of like manage to get her good foot out of the water up into like this little like almost little notch of like damage in the one like kind of like brick old wall here, kind of like leaping forward, kind of spinning, kind of like as the jaws reach up to kind of snap at her, kind of like grabbing down at the back, which then give me strength athletics. I think that's what it is to grab hold of something.
Go Crocodile Dundee!
I have a plan, I swear.
Rose is right. If you survive this, you have to make that alligator into boots.
Oh, it's
demand
an
it.
entire crocodile outfit.
There'd be enough for an outfit and boots for each of us.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Okay.
We're gonna have matching pimp suits.
Yeah. Okay. Strength brawl.
Except that it's gonna disappear.
Okay. Roll strength brawl. We'll say. Okay.
Bro, okay. Normal difficulty?
Yes.
Crocodile Dundee.
Okay. So you kind of like latch on like below its like on its kind of back behind its head, around its neck. So you kind of are around its neck, and your arms are sort of reaching around on this. So you're kind of like, you did this like really awesome flip onto its back kind of thing. And so you're now like on the back of this creature. So on its turn, it is going to try to resist you. So roll Strength Brawl a second time, and it is going to do the same thing.
Right. Okay.
You got this.
Okay, I have to figure out, would a crocodile actually have Brawl? Is that... It is a talent, so it would have the access to that.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate that she rolled 2 1s and 3 10s?
Yeah.
Yes. Dawn is incredible. She's making up for the flunking shit.
Okay,
Oh my god.
It was too easy otherwise if she passed
Okay.
earlier.
alright. So,
You actually, like, going back, you have so many 10s and 1s.
yeah, there's a lot of ones. That is a lot of
I'm
ones.
incredible.
Okay, so, give me a Dexterity Athletics. I'll allow you to do that because of the positioning you're in. Alright, so this is what happens. It kind of bucks itself up and almost like trying to bash you almost into the ceiling of this
It's
place.
like a horse.
Yeah, it actually flings you off, but you manage
It's a
to
bucking
actually like
Bronco.
you throw your arms and legs out to kind of like catch yourself towards like the curved ceiling as it rears its head back to try to snap at you where you would have fallen as it just got you off the back of its neck.
Dawn is incredible.
What are you doing, Dawn? It's your turn. It basically
Okay, so-
flipped you off and tried to bite you, but you kind of got out of the way.
Hold up. Is her turn occurring as it's still mouth open towards her?
It isn't any. She's above it right now, and it's trying to like back up to like, try to, like it kind of like spun its head back almost vertical, like kind of like vertically to reach up and try to grab her. But she kind of like grabbed the ceiling as like almost a reaction to like keep herself from getting like in its jaws.
I'm Spider-Man.
My immediate
Dawn
thought
is
is
Spider-Man.
Dawn is just Spider-Man to the ceiling, and as the crocodile opens its jaws below her, just drops incendiaries into its mouth.
That's a real good idea. That wasn't my plan, but I was thinking I get the jaws and I make them useless, but do like explosives in tiny spaces with me. I was gonna drop my watch down it to make it tick. Okay, so I'm stuck on the ceiling and it's below me.
Spider Dial Dawn D.
Yes. Has he already landed completely back on the, that's not the floor in the water, like flat again?
Pretty flat. I think it's like heads up, so it's still like in a position to kind of snap at you. Because it kind of,
But it's not in its
it knows where you're at, and it's trying to like, you know, because those things can still turn around very well on a dime, so it's like, this looks like this doesn't have a lot of room, but it looks like it's maneuvering pretty well in this like tiny tunnel in comparison to it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and throw an incinerator in his mouth. Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
Because they're in my
Let's
pocket.
actually go.
All right.
God, I want this to work.
I am now suddenly interested in what kind of damage an incendiary device does.
I mean, if it's swallowed.
Inside my
Probably quite a bit.
crocodile's stomach.
All right. I have to figure that out because
Yep.
it doesn't have it in the
I'm
book.
sorry.
It's
It's
fine.
Umber's fault.
What?
It's Umber's
You're
fault.
welcome.
Why not?
Why aren't there rules for explosives going off inside something's stomach?
Man, we should have been playing Shadowrun.
They have a lot of rules for deadly things. Oh, here we go. I found a World of Darkness armory book. Yay.
Heck yeah.
I just looked that up and the PDF showed up. That's fine by me.
I'm thinking to make him eat it. I make
Tactical
it
and heavy
like my
weapons.
arm.
It would be a grenade of some kind. Let's see grenades. Hand grenades. Alright. Let's say it would be like that.
Making so much noise next to a real silent area.
It's an incendiary grenade. So I have to see how this works to figure it out. Because
Oh boy.
My original plan was just to wrap my belt around its.
Give
its
me
mouth,
a dexterity. Just give me a
stop.
straight dexterity roll to like throw it down in its mouth. We'll say
Right.
first off, that's a good one to actually get it in its mouth.
Yeah, I just miss, hit myself on the head, and die.
Oh Jesus.
All right,
I
hey,
mean, if
no,
you miss, it's landing in the water, I guess.
yeah,
The poop-filled water.
yay. Number of dice added to or subtracted from attempts of attack enemies with the explosives. God. Okay. Okay. Okay, so force would be added to this. Great. So, and you got 5 successes. Also great. So, please roll me 12 dice. 12d10. Actually, let's make it 14 because you tossed it in its mouth.
Okay. Hey, I did it first time this time. I didn't try to get the red one.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9. Let's see how well it rolled. Oh my god, it rolled awful. Okay. I think it's alive. Just by merit, it did soak some of it. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. It's alive but incapacitated.
When you say it's soaked, is it not aggravated damage from an explosion occurring inside of its own body?
Inside its body? Because it's
Yeah,
not
okay.
even a magical creature. It's like...
Okay, yeah, I guess it's aggravated damage. Then it's dead. It got treated back. But so Dawn, I need you to roll me some fortitude yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. How do I just roll fortitude? Do I just find something with the same?
Just roll /R space 1d10.
Okay, yep.
Do you just have 1 fortitude?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. This is all Umber's fault. All of it.
I have to figure. Okay. Well.
One.
So I have to figure out a couple of things. So
Does the damage get downgraded?
no,
for
we'd have to
being
roll
exploded?
damage separately for her. So we're gonna have to roll a separate
most of it's
damage.
Contained.
Yeah. But
Well, it
I
didn't
guess
actually
inside of
swallow it. It's only in its head, and you are a little farther away because it kind of, as it would have bit down at something, would have brought its head down into the water.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I get what you mean.
So, you know, as it's like, you know, the kind of reaction of like, "Rat, what the heck is this?" kind of thing, you know? So its
If I
head
go
blocks
out-
some. You don't have the extra 2 from being in its head, which it did get 2 extra dice of damage I had you roll. So, and you're a little farther away, which that does reduce the damage. So please roll me... I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna roll
Okay.
it.
Oh god. This is the way
I think
Dawn
that's the
goes.
correct
I'm
amount.
happy with it.
Oh, good news for you. I rolled worse than you did.
Oh, heck yeah!
Mm-hmm.
Dawn is incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Guys, I just blew up a crocodile. What did you do?
I
We
carry
ran.
its corpse
We ran.
home. I've got shoes for everyone.
So you're going to take 3 levels of aggravated damage.
Okay.
And you are on fire.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
right,
look
it's
at
an
this.
incendiary grenade.
There is water.
Yes,
Fall
but
in
you're
the
still
water.
on the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall into that fucking water.
I mean,
Don't you have to make sure you
oh,
don't
actually,
go crazy
also,
first?
it's an explosion. There's a couple other things. Please give me a dexterity athletics, because it was an explosion in here. And even if it's an incendiary explosion, it's still an explosion, and I think the tunnel is partially collapsing. Probably.
Well, my original plan to bring down the tunnel seems to be working.
And you're on the
Yep.
ceiling, so I'm gonna give it difficulty 8 to, like, dive kind of out of the way. Alright. Wow.
God.
So you're gonna
Literally, most of your rolls are 1s and 10s.
you just kind of like fall back out of the fire, kind of like rolling off of the corpse of like the exploded head of the crocodile. So you're now like falling into viscera and like chunks of probably crocodile head and brains. This like roof is kind of collapsing down like all around you and stuff.
My boots.
Your boots are very, buried now.
Ah, fuck.
Also, technically, they would have disappeared in a week.
Fuck.
Because it's a conjured
We're just
animal.
all wearing like the same outfit, and then all of a sudden everyone's naked.
I really like would have. That would have been awesome if it would have happened.
Yeah.
But no.
I mean, I'll try and bring part of the head with me.
Like the chunks of it.
And the tail might be okay.
There's like
Monster Hunter rules. Tail got severed.
the tail is behind rubble and fire. That's in
Fuck.
rubble.
I'll just
Oh,
buy
boy.
some. I'll
Please
just buy
give
some
me a
crocodile
courage
boots.
roll too.
How do I do courage again?
How much courage do you have?
I have 4. There we go. That's how I do it.
All right then.
1, 10.
Okay, you don't frenzy. Good for you. That's actually
Best
really good.
ever.
Yeah, that roll there means you absorb the fire and keep going. Anyway, you are still on fire and would perhaps have to get it out because it's like probably like a flammable material inside there for the explosion kind of thing. So it's like you're kind of like napalmed a little bit almost. So
Yeah. I'm gonna try and take all the burning clothes off and just roll around in the shit-filled water.
Okay. All right. Roll me another like just God.
What does that even fall under?
You can get it. We'll just say you can get it. You can like eventually extinguish it, but roll me another fortitude roll because you're still burning for a little bit.
Oh, I shall roll exactly 1 dice.
All right.
Okay.
You'd think that they would probably be fire retardant. That's why I'm like,
Fire retardant, but it's still not fire immune, and this isn't normal. Like, because a normal fire is just like something burning, normal like wood,
Mhm.
whereas an incendiary device is using
like
Actually,
materials.
fireman stuff is designed to resist not just wood burning, it's also designed to resist chemical fires and
interesting.
other
yeah,
kinds of...
it is.
Basically
It is
every kind
I mean,
of fire.
it's
fire-
not great,
it's
but
fire resistant.
It's something.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
fire retardant means like it does resist it to a degree, but like this was not a very good situation. Anyway, you do manage to soak the damage anyway. I mean, like you're good. Like you get off like the stuff you had on probably wasn't like burning well, but like where the material that kind of like where like stuff got on you from the incendiary blast, because it's just like almost like flesh chunks and like some kind of like chemical were mixing in and like kind of like clinging to it, and like it also probably got shredded by the grenade a little bit too, it was kind of beginning to burn in. So you kind of like toss it off, and you know what I mean. You're not like it just like waiting. You like fall back, so you're like neck deep in like the horrible like sewer rain water that's kind of mixing over you.
In your underwear.
In everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I was
As
having a great day.
As it looks like there's a
She
little.
just blew up a goddamn crocodile.
Exactly. I wasn't being sarcastic. She's having a great time.
And Dawn can make her getaway successfully.
Make
That's...
getaway.
Leslie and Nathan, you got to the back alley successfully. Where were you going from there?
Wherever the, I mean, what?
You could easily continue going through like another small back alleyway for
I think
buildings
we were
on the
moving
other side,
to, like,
or you could
the
like.
front to see what was happening earlier.
So we're moving to the back so that we can find a place to ditch the staff that we will be able to come back and get it again.
Right.
Since we don't have something to hide it. Ideally, we don't want to be seen walking around with the staff.
Alternatively, we
Alternatively, we just run.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what in character would know. Obviously, like we didn't go to the front, so we didn't see what was happening there. We didn't see Dawn escape.
Mm-hmm.
We know that it's now a really heavy rain, so visibility is at least a little bit obscured now. So that's kind of nice.
Did we get attacked
in the car?
Did we get a text back from Samuel at all saying what happened to them? Do we know?
Samuel will probably let you know that Dawn will probably
on our way.
Yeah, no, Dawn will say like, I got in the ambulance, getting her out of there with some of the mooks. Dawn is going to try to help you.
Okay. So, like, we have the options of either ditching the staff somewhere and then going back and trying to figure out what happened to Dawn or if she's in the area, or assuming that she managed to get out and prioritizing the staff and booking it ourselves.
I mean, you did get communications that the ambulance was successful, and
well, yeah, we know Sam's out.
Yeah,
but after that we don't know what happened to Dawn.
Yeah,
right.
She's,
and
as far as you know, out front.
Rain started, and there was the unnatural silence out front. So we know that something's up there. We don't know what.
Yes.
Would you have heard the tunnel collapsing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, at what point are we gonna hear the explosion?
You will, and not yet.
That would have taken a little bit of time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it took them talking for a few seconds, and then Dawn trying to sneak towards the car, and then Dawn running, jumping down, getting attacked by an alligator, and then blowing it up.
Because the thing is, she did make a little bit of a leeway away from the place before the alligator tried to murder her, but it's like, it would have been like an explosion's a couple of blocks away from where you are now, which would have caused the tunnel collapsing. So you still would hear it, because that's like
yeah.
But it's definitely like, you got like maybe like 10-20 minutes before you'd hear that, I would say.
Okay.
Because Dawn did try to blend in at first.
Yeah. We haven't heard anything.
It was to act natural, and I fucked it up.
You really did.
I mean, it came out for the better, though, in my opinion.
Yeah.
We got that amazing scene.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, in character, do we ditch the staff and try and find Dawn, or prioritize the staff and take off? Because if we don't want them finding the staff again.
We don't want them finding the staff.
And
we don't want to lose the staff because it is what we need.
Yeah, and we don't really... The rain's unnatural. We don't know who's causing that. We know there's at least one incredibly powerful individual. And now we're not in a confined space.
Do we have a way to get in touch with the gargoyles?
Yes and no. Not like a phone number kind of get in contact with them. You probably had like an area where you could kind of like... They said like a meeting place where you could bring the staff to.
Right, but how did we contact them to acquire that meeting place? Like, how do we contact them to let them know that...
They stopped by for a visit. Pretty unannounced, kind of thing, you know?
So at the moment, it's a prearranged destination. We can't contact them. We just have to be at that place and drop off the staff.
If you would show up there, you could probably try to arrange something differently at that time. But you would have to, like, go there and be like, hey, how's it going? Can we change our plans a little bit here just to, like, help you out kind of thing? Make it a little easier?
No, what I was trying to figure out is if there was a way we could get word to them that they could come and pick it up from somewhere nearby.
Probably not very easily, unfortunately.
When is the designated pickup time? Is it, like, this night? Right
no,
after the heist,
you did not have a designated pickup time. They just said, bring it to us at this place, and then we'll arrange stuff. They assumed you would do this before the big hubbub, the hullabaloo that you're going to, which is actually, like, 2 weeks away now. It was, like, a month away. Oh, wait.
I thought it was, like, a week away at this point.
Oh, it might be a week away. You're right. It's, like, a week away. So, like, next week, they're assuming you're going to, like, show up. They probably have someone there.
How far away is the meeting place?
Partially across town. It's like maybe like
it's
not like
away.
It's you could walk there, but it might take you a couple hours.
Okay. How about?
Because again, it's through like city streets for like a couple. Walking.
And the alley we're in is straight, right? It's fairly long, straight.
Yes, it would go. It's parallel to the main road. I would say it's like this is cutting through this kind of alleyway of like these 2 rows of houses, like one on either side of it. That's like if you're thinking like traditional city block, maybe like it's just a long row of houses on either side. So it's a little bit of distance, before you reach the ends of either this road here. So it's like main road.
Ultimately, primary goal is break line of sight from this alleyway. We do not want to be noticeably in this alleyway as soon as we possibly can get out.
Which again, there are small like little alleys in between all the buildings, so you could like run out to the other street that is parallel to the street you originally were on.
Yes.
Okay.
Then we need to do that.
But you're still two firefighters with a staff.
Yes. So,
are we
what does the staff actually look like? Is it like decorated?
It's actually pretty simple, I would say. It's like a twisted, like, looks like a gnarled piece of, like, wood. It kind of gives you that feel of, like, an actual, like, wizard staff kind of thing. There does seem to be, like, some symbols drawn on the top, some, like, elaborate, like, carvings and stuff. But it itself would be, probably not impossible to recreate. It's definitely, but again, it's supposed to be symbolic, it's not, like...
Right. Okay. I'm mainly just saying, like, is this the kind of thing that we could pass off as just being something you'd carry down the street? Or is it, like, distinctive?
It's pretty distinctive. I mean, it's pretty big for, like, a walking staff anyway, because it's, like, a person-sized stuff. It's not, like, a cane or anything. But if you...
Right.
If you were going to, like, a Renaissance fair, I mean, you'd be fine.
Okay.
It is still late at night, so that's another thing.
If you stick to the back streets.
Yeah.
Okay, what I'm thinking, so we can try and satisfy both, figuring out what the deal is with Dawn and getting the staff safely. The alley we're in is fairly long, right?
Yes.
Okay. Nathan, what if you head down the far way, like away from everything, down to the far end of the alleyway? And I create like a little patch of shadow in your hand or on your arm or something, right? And I go to the end that would be looking at the front of the building where everything's happening. If I spot Dawn, then I'll remove the patch of shadow, and that'll be your signal just to get the fuck out with the staff.
Okay.
And if Dawn isn't there, then I can come back to you and we can book it together.
Okay.
All right.
So
And
essentially, you are Dawn's backup.
Yes,
Okay.
because we need to get that staff out
Yes.
one way or another. So
Agreed. And I can
If she's-
just disappear.
yeah, exactly. You can, I can't. I'm stealthy. I can't literally disappear. And anything you're carrying disappears too, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah. So if anyone's gonna get the staff out without being seen, it's him.
Because he definitely
So
could
I'll
just
go
like
check on
kind of
Dawn.
stop.
What's that?
He could just, you know, kind of wait, kind of like a thing. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. So I'll go check on Dawn. If she is there, I'll help her out. If not, I'll go back to Nathan and we'll take off.
Got it.
In which case, I guess Nathan heads that way down the alley. I head to the front, and I'm gonna try and be as stealthy as I can to peek around the corner and see what's going on in front of the building.
Okay. Are you going from the alley where you started down, or going down a different alley? How far away from the scene are you?
Well, we jumped onto the buildings beside.
Yeah.
So we jumped onto the building next to it, dropped down into the alleyway,
So that would be right next to the building that was on fire at that point in time.
right next to the building that was on fire.
Went into the back alley area, like the back
Went
kind
into
of
the
middle
back
alley
alley.
area. Yeah.
Went down a little bit ways, and
Yeah.
then turned down another alleyway so that we're not in
Yeah, like right.
any line of
yeah.
sight
So
with
you're,
the building.
you're like buildings down. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And I want to move like towards the main street so I can see where the fire trucks are, where the
Give
silence
me
was.
first dexterity stealth, and then a perception alertness.
Hey, he's at alertness.
I know I'm getting better at it.
There's Dex Stealth.
Okay.
All right.
What?
He's done it.
Okay.
This is making up for all of Leslie's awful.
Okay. You can see that the... Did you go the direction... This is an important one. Did you continue the direction you were moving when you left the building? So, like, the opposite way of where your car was? Or did you head back the way towards your car? Like, when you left that...
We would have been opposite the car.
Yes.
'Cause, like, if the car is on the right side of the building, we were on the left.
Yeah, so that's what I'm
So
saying.
I'm
Did you-
moving back to the main street on the left side.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I was wondering if you kept going to the left or if you crossed back
Yeah.
behind the
Kept
building.
going left.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure to give you
Yeah,
an
no worries.
idea. So you do see, like, it looks as though the firefighters are still fighting the fire, but you kind of, like, looking around, you do notice that there's a bunch of, like, hooded figures that seem to be doing things around there. You rolled pretty damn well. So you will notice,
That's
like,
not a phrase I'm used to hearing.
as you're watching the group, you do notice that the person you saw upstairs is now downstairs and seemingly out front here, and he's with another man. Give me intelligence. A cold if you had it, but I'll just say intelligence then, because that's probably
I do
what
have a
you
call.
Well, then give me intelligence a cold, we'll say.
Is it an easier difficulty since...
All right. You definitely recognize that guy. Well, it's at a distance. You recognize that Grimgoth is there, which he wasn't supposed to be here.
I'm assuming I've been briefed on who this is.
He
at
is a
some point.
fourth-generation Tremere in charge of the Chantry.
You
is one
cut
of-
out entirely.
He is a
Fourth
Fourth
fourth-generation.
generation Tremere in charge of this Chantry.
He's in charge. He's in charge of the UK, Western Europe, and Australia. He was supposed to be visiting Australia.
Oh, fuck.
He's also a member of the Council of Seven, which are the 7 rulers of the Tremere clan.
What's the relation between the Tremere and the Sabbat?
Pretty hateful, because they guard thaumaturgy pretty good, and there was another former member of the Council of Seven known as Goratrix, which basically took him and all his disciples and joined the Sabbat.
Okay. Do I see Dawn?
You don't see
At this point in
Dawn
time.
right now. No. You do notice that they're you kind of lose sight of them as they kind of move over towards where your vehicle was.
Okay. I'm trying to think of how making sure I play this without using out of character information. We know that Sam left in the ambulance in front, and Dawn would have been in the front. But also Grimgoth is here, and that's bad. All right, I'm just gonna dispel the cloud of shadow to tell Nathan to leave.
Okay.
Get as far away from that guy as possible.
Okay. The ground will rumble, and you will hear something. Like a loud kind of like almost boom coming from somewhere.
Okay. Can I observe the...
You don't see anything, because this is... yeah.
I was thinking observe Grimgoth and Blondie's reaction.
No, you lost sight of them, because they're kind of on the other side of all the vehicles. Like, when they were kind of out front of the building a little bit, you could kind of see them. But they moved, like, on the other side of the fire trucks and stuff, closer to where, like, again, closer to where your car was, but... Nathan, you do, like, feel a rumbling and hear this kind of, like, booming that seems to echo, like, as if it would be underground.
And the shadow is gone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna call Candy.
Hey, Nathan! How's it going?
Candy, do you have a vehicle?
Not normally, but I can get one from Frank. I can borrow one.
Excellent. I would appreciate if you could come pick me up, and I'll give her a street corner nearby.
Okay. Sure, just give me like 20 minutes.
As soon as possible.
Yeah.
Would be
Look,
best.
I gotta get dressed first and then go borrow the car from Frank. But don't worry, I think he's just down the street. He's been kind of like hanging around the place a little bit. I don't think he likes you very much, but Frank's just a pussycat.
I don't blame him.
I know, he's such a jealous type. But don't worry. You're all my favorites.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
See you soon.
Leslie, what are you doing?
I mean, Leslie's desire is just to leave. But he still doesn't know Dawn's whereabouts.
Yes.
But he also doesn't want to stick around. Because Grimgoth.
Yep. So it's Grimgroth. It's like a weird thing.
Grimgroth.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it really is Grimgroth. I keep trying to call him Grimgoth too, but it's Grimgroth.
Would...
I mean, given his generation, he was probably a goth.
Yes.
Would, because of the explosion and the tunnel collapsing, would there have been, like, any debris or anything coming out of the manhole?
The thing is, because Dawn was heading away from the scene the opposite direction, I mean, it's like
Not close enough for...
you're like 5 blocks away from where the explosion occurred, which is
That's substantial.
It's substantial. It was also
Especially
underground.
in the heavy rain.
Heavy rain, underground. You still heard the thing, like, because the explosion would have traveled down the tunnel for us. So you the sewer tunnel. So you felt the explosion a little bit, and I heard the booming. But that was about it. It was just a quick thing.
Yeah. And I still don't have a phone.
No.
I really need to get on that. I need to get a phone.
What's it with us and grouping up with people without mobiles?
I'm an old school spy, alright?
Smoke signals don't work for you.
I will say, it does seem like they're putting the fire out. You can tell now, they're being very successful. Especially, like, the rain seems to be helping a lot at putting the building out at this point.
Like, the out of character thing would just be leave and end the scene and stop wasting people's time. I guess I'm just gonna do that so we can finish this up.
I mean, what you said was, if you see Dawn, you'll dispel the shadow, and I leave.
Yeah.
If you don't see Dawn, you'll come back.
Yeah. In this case, I was just...
dispel the shadow, I'm out.
Yeah.
Although...
It was less that you saw Dawn and you're just like, no, Nathan, leave. Right now. Nathan, leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see her... So I can't help her if I don't know where she is.
Yeah.
And there's 2 very powerful people.
Yep.
I'm just going to leave as well.
Okay.
I'm out.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, you're going on the air of caution. You're like, no, let's just not mess with this.
Yeah.
So you can make her get away pretty easily at this point in time. Candy will arrive. Actually, she seemed to hurry a little bit. She's a little like sloppily dressed. It looks like she hurried a bit. So it's only like 18 minutes she arrived in the pimpiest pimp vehicle you could like imagine. And she's probably blaring some kind of like tunes and stuff, And in the back seat is Frank, kind of like sitting there waiting and watching, like with this look. He's like, Nathan.
Oh, by the way, I have ditched the fire outfit.
Okay.
Or at least like the coat and the like the pants and everything.
Is there like the helmet on?
Well, no, not the helmet or the
the air
obvious
tank.
stuff.
Yeah, all the obvious stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's in an alleyway, not far away.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, Frank. So
Frank
nice
wanted to
see you.
come along. He was saying that we're partying out a lot, and he wants to join some of the parties sometime.
Excellent.
He just kind of glares at you. Where'd you get the big stick?
I wink at Frank. I've always had one.
Did you visit some medieval reenactors or something, or go to an antique shop? Is there one nearby here? I should really visit. I love a good antique. There's some really interesting ones.
I found that the cane was simply not doing my outfit justice.
Just throw it over the top of Frank. He'll be fine. Because it's like a 6-foot staff. So
Yes, Frank, please hold my staff.
He's going to continue to glare at you with every level of hatred that a man could ever glare at you as you get in the pimp mobile.
Yep.
Please tell me Frank's sitting in the back and just Candy and Nathan up front.
Yeah, it is. Candy throws Frank in the back. He's like, look, if you want to come along, I'm just borrowing the car. You got to be in the back. I'm being nice and picking up Nathan, and he should be in the front then. It's only polite.
Oh.
Thank you, Candy.
All right. So, eventually all of you will meet up back at home. Dawn will be very sewery and burned. Leslie,
I'm looking like Samuel.
Yeah, you're looking like Samuel. Samuel will probably have arranged to drop off the Christine where you needed to take her. Probably would have dropped off the mooks somewhere and took the ambulance for himself. Maybe we will roleplay him taking care of all that next time.
Fair enough.
That's probably something we can quickly get done for a little bit. The Adventures of Samuel and the Mooks.
Yes.
As the rest of you,
Sammy and the Mooks.
you've gotten back to home with a staff. Seemingly successful. A little worse than where?
But really, did you expect anything less? Or more, I guess, is it more appropriate? Did you really expect anything more?
Not really. Sorry.
We were
So-
gods this night.
So,
That was 8.
while I'm in Frank's car, do I have the other phone? Because I had the one that we were planting with the staff. Did I have the third phone?
I think you did.
Well then,
We can say you did.
guess where that's ending up.
Okay.
It'll match the car.
Yes, it will.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Okay. And we'll leave it off here, as I've rolled some things which may or may not be awful for you people.
no.
Mm-hmm.
Awful for who?
You people. You guys.
Oh, did the Sabat trick not work?
Yes and no, we'll say.
That's a good question. And we'll find out next time on the
time.
Caine Chronicles.
You will totally find out next time. Because there's a bunch of stuff in play that I've got to figure out how to, like, work off of here.
I'm scared.
Mm-hmm. Though the crocodile sewer explosion was awesome.
Yeah, that was
the
real
best
fun.
part.
No, and you got out of getting into a fight. I think that was like the only way you could have gotten away from that fight. Is what you did. You could have ran.
Yeah.
The shadow powers.
Yeah, you could have ran,
I'm running.
which might have worked, maybe, but like switching him from offense to defense with a wait a second, what's going on here?
I just got shot twice in the leg, and all of a sudden there's a cloud of nothingness all around me and arms grabbing at me. Wait a minute.
Horrifying.
Anyway, why don't we go around, like, shout out who we are, all that kind of stuff. Let's start with Umber.
All right. Hi, I'm Umber Skies. You can find me at twitch.tv/Umber Skies. Currently streaming Yakuza 0 every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at 11 a.m. MST, 1 p.m. EST. So if you want to watch some silly, awesome non-Yakuza boys sing karaoke, come hang out.
Oh, the karaoke is the best part of
Oh,
the
it
game.
is. It's so good. It's so good. I love Yakuza. This is the first one I've ever played, and it has just been the greatest thing.
Yep. Jess.
I am Bubblegum Viking, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, and I'm hopefully here. What was I gonna play? I was gonna play some Far Cry 5 this week, I think.
Ooh.
That was gonna be my thing this week. But yeah,
Cool.
hopefully, if I stream. I
Yes.
might be mourning more dead fish.
Poor fish.
I had Frank, the first female Frank, okay. They were all called Frank. She died, like, last week. Now 2 of mine have white spot, and I'm very afraid for them.
Wow. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. It is, because I named them all Frank, so I wouldn't get attached, and I got attached.
God.
Got attached to
Backfire.
Frank, and Frank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Carpe?
I am the CarpeDM, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. And again, I'm working on starting up streaming. I might be doing a Shadowrun campaign sometime soon.
Cool. I'm up for it. I think I said that.
I think so.
Yep. And as usual, I'm the storyteller here, Tantus Naravan Dracovin. You can find me on this channel daily. Gaming-wise, if you want to see me doing some gaming, it's Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, sometimes Sundays right now, and I've been started Graveyard Keeper, which has been very fun.
Ooh.
Yep.
That is a fun but somewhat overwhelming game.
Yeah, like, the thing is, like, I saw some of the beginning stuff with people playing it, so I'm like, I know some of this stuff, but I've already run into things that I did not see people do, so I'm like, oh, there's more stuff to do here, definitely. You know, so I'm like, what am I... It's like, oh god, and the ridiculous, like, tech tree and stuff, and you're trying to get all of it, and it's like, what am I building now?
All honesty, I like the idea of Graveyard Keeper, but I ended up giving up on it just because I was spending too much time having no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, I think, like, I'm gonna see how far I can get in it. And I'm probably going to start something else up to, like, kind of rotate through at least one other game, maybe 2. I don't know what those are, so stick around if you want to see those. If you're looking for more role-playing, I will be back on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Madness of the Land, the D&D show I've been doing, and there's a couple more that are on the docket that I'm going to be starting up soonish, as soon as I start getting players for them. I've just been planning them out, that kind of thing. And that's the basic thing. And, if you want to always talk tabletop with me, you can always join on Saturdays for discussing tabletop, because that's always wonderful. It's very fun. I've been having some cool guests on from the industry. So, great. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week. We'll resolve what's been going on here and maybe move on towards, well, next week. In-game and a certain event that you've been trying to get to the entire time. But there's also, like, a whole bunch of, like, weird plot points which I have to figure out which ones I'm going to use. These little, like, threads you've created through your actions.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So, see you next week, folks. Bye.
Bye.